from the Science of Mind magazine, Daily Guides. Here we go. It's, of course, written by our good friend Mary, and she has called this one An Unbreakable Circle of Love. An Unbreakable Circle of Love. So let's see what we have to contend with today. First quote is from Brian L. I guess in Europe it's Weiss, maybe Weiss here, I'm not sure. I get lost between pronunciation on both sides of the Atlantic. Anyway, he's a psychiatrist, medical doctor. He's also a hypnotherapist, and he also does, surprisingly enough, past life regressions, reincarnation and so on. So there you are. He says we must learn to receive love as well as to give. Only in community, only in relationships, only in service can we truly understand the all-encompassing energy of love. That was Brian L. Weiss. Ernest Holmes says, there is no scarcity of good. My blessings are abundant, and by sharing them, I add to myself. My blessings are abundant, and by sharing them, I add to myself. And this is from our writer, Mary, who says, fulfilling our purpose through service is not all about giving. The offering, the time, the talent, they're only half of the equation. An equally important part of our purpose is how the offering feels in our hearts. The art of giving and receiving is an unbreakable circle of love. When we volunteer at a food bank, a nursing home, or in hospice, we may go in thinking we will use our time and our talent to help someone. We are strong, loving, and able to give a gift and have a gift to give or to share, and a skill that we can share. But there's also another important truth of the service. The gifts of the offering are also gifts to the soul of the giver. We are fulfilled through our generosity. The very people who we think we need our help can become our most profound teachers. He said, when I finally joined a bereavement group after the loss of my second daughter, I thought my experience might be of help to someone there. Instead, from those compassionate hearts, I learned how little I knew about living with grief. I set out to give, and I received infinitely more. Giving is inherent in our nature. And today, someone needs what we have to give. We're here to love one another and to reach out a hand with a compassionate heart. The very blessings we offer become blessings in return. There are many ways to experience the gift of service. We learn the truth that it is in giving that we receive. And I'm sure that's by no means the first time that you have heard that expression, that it's two sides of the same coin. We give and we receive. Now, the nearest I can say is when I give my time and my talent to teaching, then oftentimes I learn from the students in the class. It comes back to me. Mother Teresa, I'm sure, received a lot in return for what she gave. So it is a complete circle. So the Bible says actually it is better to give than to receive. But the truth of the matter is, it's good to give, but it's also good to receive. You know, my former mentor, Bob Prosser, used to put it this way, and he used money as an example, but he would say, it's not just money, but I'm using money as an example. You know, if money doesn't flow, it's like blood. It congeals. It just clogs up. So there's got to be a whole circle of giving and receiving. So it's just as important to allow ourselves to receive as it is to give. Every small blessing I offer to another becomes a blessing that returns to my soul. Every small blessing I offer to another becomes a blessing that returns to my soul. And that's my offering for today. It's Saturday the 13th, not Friday the 13th, it's Saturday the 13th of September. So Monday, we're exactly once Monday's gone, we're halfway through the month of September. And it's really hard for me to see that things like Thanksgiving and Halloween and Christmas are just around the corner, right? They're a lot closer now than they have been for quite a long time. They're just around the corner. In fact, on the television today, they were talking about buying gifts, and I'm sure they're talking about essentially Christmas gifts. Buy them now because the prices are going to go up. So I'm not going to get into the politics and so on of inflation, but it was just another reminder to me that these seasons are just around the corner. So anyway, but getting back to our main point here, I think it's good to remember that yes, we give, but it's also good to receive, because when you are offered something and you don't accept it or you push back on it, my question is, how does it make the other person feel who's genuinely trying to give you something? And in this case, she's talking about here, then it's giving and not necessarily knowing that you are actually receiving benefits in return that you never thought about. So lots of different ways to give and to receive. So those are my thoughts for the day. Tomorrow, Reverend Dr. Jesse Jennings at Creative Life Spiritual Center will be offering his talk for the day. And they're always interesting. This month is very interesting. You can see it live on Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page. You'll be able to get it later on YouTube, on that YouTube channel. My colleague, Reverend Lisa, also on Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page, will be on tomorrow morning. And you can find me again tomorrow on whatever social media that you find this on. So until next time, I'm just knowing for each and every person here that the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Everywhere we are, God is, and all is well. Until next time, namaste.